In June 2025, we attended the American Coaster Enthusiasts 47th Annual Convention. Six Flags Great America in Gurnee, Illinois hosted CoasterCon 47, along with Little Amerricka in Marshall, Wisconsin, and Indiana Beach in Monticello, Indiana. Early the morning of June 15, 2025, we arrived in Chicago, Illinois after flying overnight from San Francisco. We took an Uber up to the town of Gurnee, which is located between Chicago and Milwaukee. We checked into a motel just a walking distance from the park, and then our adventure began.
Hello coaster enthusiasts, Leader Matt Glumac here, and today is day one of CoasterCon 47, and we are at Six Flags Great America in Gurnee, Illinois. And I have not been to this park in 16 years. Last time I was here was in 2009, and so there's a lot of new coasters that I have not ridden yet, and unfortunately I wasn't able to ride some of them in 2009 because of rain. But today is a big day for me because today I'm going to be riding my 200th roller coaster. So I'm at 198 right now, so can you guess which coaster it is? Well, you're about to find out. Let's get inside the park. Do you recognize that carousel? Well, that's the same Columbia carousel at our sister park in California's Great America. Only the one in California is actually a little bigger than this one, but the same design.
Superman was cool. He's very long. No. But the bull's a nice long ride.
Yeah, I like the hang right there.
I didn't see that.
You're scared of me.
The steps going up. It's a decent looking train. What's the crazy guy that drives a train?
No, that's a tornado guy.
Yeah, but he drives a train sometimes too.
Drunk
Drunk
James.
James.
Oh, that's his name.
They got a roll off monopoly over that. That's all the road.
The first coaster we rode was Max Force, an air launch coaster built by S&S in 2019. This launch coaster has the fastest acceleration of any coaster in North America, from 0 to 78 miles per hour in just 1.8 seconds. So believe me, it was quite a rush. Max Force also features the fastest inversion in the world at 60 miles per hour and the tallest double inversion in the world at 175 feet.
Well, I just rode Max Force, and this is the coaster I've chosen to be number 200. The Whizzer. The Schwarzkopf Speed Racer model, which is one of our Ace Coaster landmarks.
Designed by Werner Stengel and built by Anton Schwarzkopf and opened with the park on May 29, 1976 as Willard's Whizzer, this ride is a speed racer model and is the last surviving speed racer in the world. In 1981, the ride was renamed simply the Whizzer. On July 24, 2002, the park announced that the Whizzer will close on August 11, 2002 to make way for Superman Ultimate Flight. However, on August 8, 2002, after overwhelming backlash from locals and coaster enthusiasts, the park announced that the Whizzer would stay and that the former Shockwave would close instead. 10 years later, on August 10, 2012, the ride was designated an Ace Coaster landmark.
Who's allowed on this ride?
all loose articles, including bags, purses, keys, and phones. Shoes must be worn on the ride. No items may be held in the hands of riders. Each seat can accommodate 2 riders, with the larger rider sitting in the back. Guests must be at least 36 inches and remain seated with your hands 8 feet inside the train at all times. Ladies and gentlemen, be secured at this time. Failure to do so will result in removal from the ride.
Because of the ride's historical significance, I chose the Whizzer to be my 200th coaster. After riding the Whizzer, then I took a ride on what would have been the Whizzer's replacement, Superman Ultimate Flight. This is a flying coaster built by Bolliger and Mabillard in 2003.
I've never seen one of these before. A Husk Condor. Wow. Who would have thought I'd see one of these someday? Alright, we are at Batman the Ride. Built by B&M in 1992, Batman was the first inverted coaster in the world. And it too is an Ace Coaster landmark. And there's our plaque right there. And one of our oldest plaques too. It's been here for 20 years now. I'll take a ride on Batman later. I am just, after riding the Condor and Superman back to back, I am out of it right now. So go ride something a little more gentle. Alright, we're going to go on Spacely Sprocket Rockets. The Vekoma family coaster.
Designed by Peter Clerks and built by Vekoma in 1998 as Spacely Sprocket Rockets, this ride is a junior coaster 207-meter model. In 2018, the ride was renamed simply the Sprocket Rockets.
This ride looks awfully familiar to that one last year. Now we're going to go on Goliath, the topper track RMC that replaced the former Iron Wolf, which I also rode in 2009. And with RMC only building steel track now, who knows how much longer this is going to remain a wooden coaster.
Designed by Alan Shilk and built by Rocky Mountain Construction and opened on June 19th, 2014, Goliath is the world's fastest wooden coaster with a top speed of 72 miles per hour and features the longest drop on a wooden coaster at 180 feet. This was the steepest drop on a wooden coaster at the time at 85 degrees. Goliath is also the world's first wooden coaster to feature a dive loop and a zero-G stall.
All clear. Enjoy your ride.
Failure to do so will result in removal from the ride. Remain seated with your hands and feet inside the chair at all times. And now, get ready for your battle with Goliath. Ladies and gentlemen, for safety, all cell phones must be secured at this time. Failure to do so will result in removal from the ride.
Well, Goliath was really good. I say it's a solid top 5 Woody, maybe 4th, but definitely top 5. So now we're going to the picnic grove.
Do a quick introduction for our president, Miss Elizabeth Bringus. She's going to come out and introduce the executive committee, and then I'll be back on to say a couple words about tonight and tomorrow.
Thank you, Dan. It's so wonderful to see so many faces here to get to ride coasters with all of you for a whole week. Could we ask for any better immersion? Who has already gotten a ride on a coaster? Oh, nice, nice. That's all I like to see. Wonderful. Well, I just want to take a moment and introduce myself and the executive committee. I really want to give a shout out to Dan Jones, our events director, for all he did to bring us together here. And his incredible events committee, because it's never one person in ACE that makes this all happen. These events keep getting better because of many hands in the pot, many ideas, and everybody coming together with their unique personalities and their ideas to build us stronger and better every event. That's all I have. Thanks for being here. I'm going to turn it back over to Dan.
All right, that was a good dinner, good presentation. It's looking to be a pretty nice sunset we're gonna have. So we're gonna go over here near Batman. We're gonna go and take a look at a historic piece of history that was not here when the last time I was here. The Little Dipper was designed by Herbert Schmeck and built by the Philadelphia Toboggan Company at Kittyland Amusement Park in 1950, which was located in Melrose Park, Illinois, a suburb of Chicago. When the park closed in 2009, which was the same year that I came here a long time ago, Six Flags Great America went down at the auction and they purchased the Little Dipper and they brought it here and rebuilt it piece by piece and restored it to its former glory. Let's go take a ride on this little baby, shall we? And this is also going to be my first time riding a wooden coaster that was relocated.
Oh wait, no, that would be more like John is
All right, here's the ride I've been looking forward to most of all, the American Eagle. Even after almost 45 years, the American Eagle is still the world's tallest, longest, and fastest racing wooden roller coaster, even though it has not raced in years. But hopefully that will change when we designate it an Ace Coaster Landmark. When I first rode the Eagle in 2009, it was my favorite wooden roller coaster, and it would maintain that top position for 4 years until I rode the Gold Striker at Great America in California. But let's see how it runs today.
Designed by Curtis D. Summers, James Figley, and Leonard Wright, and built by Intamin and opened on May 23, 1981, the American Eagle is the first wooden coaster built by Intamin and was the fastest roller coaster in the world at the time with a top speed of 66 miles per hour. The American Eagle was also the tallest wooden coaster in the world at the time, as well as the world's tallest racing coaster with a height of 127 feet. The ride also featured the world's longest drop at the time at 147 feet. Tomorrow, on June 16th, the ride will be designated an Ace Coaster Landmark. So now we begin this evening's ERT, or Exclusive Ride Time.
Welcome to the American Eagle. First, store all loose articles, including bags, purses, keys, and phones. Shoes must be worn on this ride. No items may be held in the hands of riders. For those of you waiting to board, in front of you are closing.
Wanna fly like an eagle to the sea, fly like an eagle, let my spirit carry me.
Next, for this evening's ERT, we rode X-Flight, North America's first wing coaster built by Bolliger and Mabillard in 2012.
All right, American Eagle is still running great, though I think it's dropped a notch, maybe number 3 on my top 10 list now. Now let's take a ride on Raging Bull, the first B&M Hyper Twister coaster.
Designed by Werner Stengel and built by Bolliger and Mabillard and opened on May 1st, 1999, the Raging Bull has a height of 202 feet, a top speed of 73 miles per hour, and a 208-foot first drop at 65 degrees into an underground tunnel. This ride replaced the former Rolling Thunder, which was relocated to Six Flags Great Escape as the Alpine Bobsled. To close out the first night's ERT, we took one more ride on Goliath, and then we headed out of the park for the night. However, before I headed back to the hotel, I decided to walk around the American Eagle and take some nighttime shots and attempt to recreate this photograph from 1981. It's not perfect, but considering the lighting that I had, I think I did a decent job.
Can't do it in that moment. That does not mean I automatically did it 5 minutes. I was in the middle of braiding my hair.
Today is day 2 of CoasterCon 47, right here at Six Flags Great America in Gurnee, Illinois. So it's early in the morning. We're gonna get a behind-the-scenes tour and some ERT after that, and many other things later on. So we're about to enter the park now, and it's a beautiful morning. And let's get inside.
I don't know why a lot of people know my name. Huh?
Name tag.
Name tag.
Yes. Oh, my badge is on the line. Hello. Good morning, everyone. My name is Kevin.
Hi, Kevin.
It is a great morning. Thanks for being here, guys. I'm the ops manager here at the little park called Six Flags Great America. Just a tiny park. We only have a couple rides here. So. A few of you guys are on the Batman tour. A few of you guys are on the Raging Bull tour. The Raging Bull tour may become a Raging Bull Viper tour. Just depends on how timing goes.
And that is actually working really, really well. Yeah. Yes. Oh my God.
All right. Park. Got the American Eagle here, and over here Raging Bull, and that's what we're going to be seeing today. Going inside Raging Bull. Going back behind the station here. And right there's the Viper, the only wooden coaster built scratch from Six Flags itself. We'll be riding that later today.
Oh, frame it up with the helix better.
Oh, nice. Based on the famous cyclone at Coney Island.
Oh yes, you can.
Now we're actually going to go inside Raging Bull itself. Never did I ever think I would actually be able to touch the track of a B&M. Ugh, probably shouldn't have done that, but whatever. So, get a close look at the trims right here on this section of track to slow the train down slightly. This is so cool. Got a Viper there. The trims there.
It was an amazing experience to be able to get up so close and personal to a B&M.
How about a wave over here?
Well, some of us, we decided to get our pictures taken in what we call the danger zone. So this is definitely not the place to be when a roller coaster is running. This is just so amazing. You know, I've been to 3 other conventions and not had an opportunity quite like this one. Alright, we are heading out now. Ah, look at this. The tunnel of Raging Bull. Right there. Over 200 feet. Following our tour of the Raging Bull and the Viper, we began our morning ERT. Alright, to start off ERT, we're going to go on the classic Demon, which is the sister of the other Demon at California's Great America. The Demon was designed and built by Aero Development, which later became known as Aerodynamics, and opened with the park on May 29, 1976 as the turn of the century. The ride originally featured 2 camelback hills and a double corkscrew. In 1980, the ride's camelback hills were removed and they were replaced with 2 vertical loops and was renamed the Demon.
I will drop you down low, but one thing's for sure, the Demon ain't slow. Enjoy your ride on the red train. All clear.
After our ride on the Demon, then we took a ride on the park's newest roller coaster, the Wrath of Rakshasa. This dive coaster, which was built by Bolliger and Mabiard and opened on May 31st, 2025, features the world's steepest drop on a dive coaster at 96 degrees and the most inversions with 5. The ride's 96-degree plunge is 171 feet. This ride is not my favorite dive coaster, but it is definitely up in my top 3. After our ride on the Wrath of Rakshasa, we took another ride on the Whizzer. After the conclusion of morning ERT, the park opened to the public and we walked around and we got some extra footage.
And now we are getting ready to present the American Eagle with its ACE Coaster Landmark designation.
Josh Brown, he is our ACE History and Preservation Director. He's going to say a few more words.
Second one of these this year, and I think Six Flags Great America might have edged out Six Flags Over Texas. So we thank you for your hospitality. Rachel and Cody here have been very good to work with in getting the plaque, getting it set up. And here we got Bugs Bunny here. How about a round for Bugs? Also wanted to thank members of my committee. Ashley Hammond is here. She's part of the preservation team. This is a ride she grew up with and wanted to be part of the presentation today. Randy Giesler was ACE's third president from 86 to 90. Randy, this was his idea. This is something that he brought to the history team and did a lot of the bullet points along with Jim Futrell and others from the history team. We have Derek Shaw here from the history team. And we're going to have Dave Honor, ACE's historian, say a few words and read the plaque.
Thanks for coming, everyone. Just a quick story on my part. I remember back when I was a brand new member. I was only like 19 years old in the club, and I remember seeing in Coaster World, if anybody remembers that magazine, the construction of American Eagle. It was the largest roller coaster at the time being built, and it was just amazing. And I just could not wait to ride this thing as a 19-year-old kid. And I didn't get to ride it again until like 10 years later. But I finally did get to ride it, and it didn't disappoint. It was a magnificent ride, and the amount of wood on that coaster is amazing. The red, white, and blue of it. How much more perfect for a park called Great America can you get that as a backdrop for the park? Amazing, isn't it? So, without further ado, we will now dedicate American Eagle as an ACE roller coaster landmark. ACE roller coaster landmark. American coaster enthusiasts recognize, excuse me. There we go. Yeah, that would be great. American coaster enthusiasts recognizes American Eagle at Six Flags, a designation reserved for rides of historic significance. During the late 1970s, management of what was then known as Marriott's Great America wanted a signature record-breaking roller coaster to be visible from Interstate 94. They approached European ride manufacturer Intamin to build what would become the largest and fastest roller coaster in the world at that time. This was Intamin's first wooden roller coaster project. The massive wooden roller coaster was designed by Curtis Summers, 1929 to 1992, and built by Figley Wright Contractors Incorporated construction of the enormous twin-track racing coaster began on June 1980 in the County Fair section at the rear of the park. towering to a maximum height of 127 feet, but featuring a first drop of 147 feet. The ride became the world's tallest roller coaster and reached the top speed of 66 miles an hour. Named American Eagle, the gigantic coaster opened to the public on May 23rd, 1981. American Eagle sports a patriotic red, white, and blue color scheme and includes 2 sets of red and blue trains from the Philadelphia Toboggan Company, with each train holding up to 30 passengers. The dual tracks run parallel from the lift hills up through the iconic 560-degree helix that is visible to the nearby highway. The tracks then split apart after the helix with the red with the red side crossing over the blue side. Each track features similar but slightly different hills and elements during the return run, so that each track length is equal to 4,650 feet long. Ace applauds Six Flags Great America for continuing to operate and maintain the magnificent American Eagle, which is still the world's tallest and fastest twin-track roller coaster. Presented by the American Coaster Enthusiasts during CoasterCon 47, June 16th, 2025.
Let's take a ride on the Viper. Haven't given this classic Woody any attention since being here.
Built in-house by Six Flags and opened on April 29, 1995, the Viper is the first and only roller coaster built directly by Six Flags. This ride is a mirror image of the famous cyclone at Coney Island. The Viper celebrated its 30th anniversary in 2025. The queue line for the Viper goes around the Raging Bull's first few hills, so this turned out to be a great opportunity to get some footage of this incredible B&M.
Sky Tower now, the Skytrek Tower. This is just like the one at Great America in Santa Clara. There's the carousel. Beautiful view of the Illinois plains from up here.
That was 4:15.
Oh, I was thinking it was 5:15. You have to come in and there's the entrance way right there. There's the entrance to the water park right there. That red roof. There's the triple play ride. You rode that against the Mindy and there's the lobster.
Now we head to the park's Grand Music Hall for the IAPA S&S presentation.
Glad to hear that. I'm glad you're enjoying the park. Now that we're on our second day of CoasterCon, I'm Elizabeth Ringish, your ACE president, and I'm happy to see you all together today for this special discussion. It's different for CoasterCon, and I'm glad you're taking time out of your day to be here. We're excited to hear your thoughts and questions, but also learn some. And today I'm joined with Linda Freeman, who is part of the IAPA Safety. She is the Director of Health and Safety and Security for IAPA and fairly new to this role. And so we're glad to have her here, along with Preston Perks, who's with S&S Worldwide. And they're going to immerse you in some safety discussion today. So Linda, I'll turn it over to you.
Awesome, thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay, they told me I have to stay in the light this time. They're like a caged animal, I can't walk the stage. All right, so good afternoon. Thank you for taking time out of your ride time to chat with Preston and I. So when they asked me to speak, they said, hey, can you share some kind of insights, like how the industry works, maybe some things that the average rider or the average patron wouldn't know. So like Elizabeth said, I work for IAPA, the International Association for Amusement Parks and Attractions. So we represent theme parks, zoos, aquariums all around the world. I started in my role last year, but I've worked in the amusement industry for 25 years. I was a safety controls engineer.
All right. Thanks, Linda, for sharing. She's got so much great experience and shared some really great insight. So her role, I think, at IAPA is going to bring us a long ways in this industry with sharing about safety and things. So what's it like being a ride engineer? I don't know. I'm not a ride engineer. But we do have a lot, and I've been able to participate a lot in the designing of prototypes and other rides. I think I shared on social media, if you follow S&S, about how we do prototypes at S&S. Recently, we showed some video of the free fly vehicle. That's at Skara Summerland, Trannon. Have you guys seen that ride? It sort of like pivots around. And Stan Checkett's back in the day, he used to take, and we put a vehicle up there, we hooked a bungee cord to it, and held in the brakes, and then opened the brakes, and the bungee cord launched the vehicle forward so we could go around and do fun things. So, yeah, doing a lot of, when we're designing amusement rides, there's a lot that we have to incorporate, especially with safety. That's one of the #1 rules when you talk about designing and engineering rides is safety. It's precedent. Nothing can overtake that. We're not going to bend the rules for safety. Safety is #1.
The old triple play ride. I remember this one at the other Great America. I don't know if I'm going to have it in my system to ride this today, though.
Well, the queue line for Batman the Ride suddenly became a little dance hall with the loud music playing. Designed by Werner Stengel and built by Bolliger and Mabiard and opened on May 9th, 1992, Batman the Ride is the world's first inverted roller coaster. This ride is also the first coaster to feature a zero-G roll. This ride replaced the former Tidal Wave, which eventually became Greased Lightning at Kentucky Kingdom. Batman the Ride's design is very popular, and a total of 11 Batman models have been built since. On June 20th, 2005, Batman the Ride was designated an ACE Coaster landmark.
Alright, now we're going to ride Flash Vertical Velocity, and this will be celebrating its 25th anniversary next year, so we'll make a video for that.
Built by Intamin and opened on May 18th, 2001 as Vertical Velocity, this ride is an inverted impulse coaster. In 2022, the ride was renamed the Flash Vertical Velocity.
Welcome back.
As our second day of CoasterCon began to draw to a close, we rode the Dark Knight coaster, an indoor wild mouse coaster built by Mack Rides in 2008, and then we rode the Joker, a 4D free spin coaster built by S&S in 2017. As darkness fell, we rode Max Force for this evening's ERT. In this photograph, I don't think it's hard to guess just how fast the train is moving through this Heartline roll.
today is day 3 of CoasterCon 47. This is the final day that we're going to be having at Six Flags Great America in Gurnee, Illinois. So we're just going in right now. So let's see what today holds out for us. It is a beautiful Midwestern morning, crystal clear, and it's going to be a fun day out here.
The next hour and then out for the next year, hopefully. It's a long month and a half. We've got our unique, we're going to walk along some railroad tracks and see the Demon, maybe X-Light, and Time Events, Wizard, and Max Force. And you get to probably stand underneath the Max Force dogs too.
So we're on our way to do a behind-the-scenes walk of the Demon, X-Flight, and the Wizard.
That's the last turn. It's like too sharp or something, and it's just, oh my god, it's so hard. Like the security camera for the second launch is at the end.
Behind-the-scenes tours such as these are a must for anybody who considers himself to be a coaster enthusiast, as it gives you the chance to get up so close to these amazing rides. That siren that you're hearing warns the crews of an oncoming train.
Look at this, we are now at the helix of the Wizard. My 200th coaster. Now we're getting up close and personal with a classic Schwarzkopf. This is amazing.
It was so much fun being able to explore this classic Schwarzkopf speed racer. Why, I think this image that I took shows that nature and coasters do go hand in hand. We even got to explore a little bit of Max Force, and then we ended our tour at the railway station before morning ERT.
Well, that was such a great tour. You know, being able to get up so close and personal with the Wizard, it was amazing. So we're gonna start ERT this morning by we're gonna go and ride the Viper. Go ahead. Thank you. All times when you're heading against the headrest. That road. Well, just got another ride in on the Viper. Not quite as good as it was 16 years ago. It's still fun, but just not quite as smooth. But it's not unbearable. It's just like a regular wooden coaster rattle.
We continue our ERT by heading over to the Raging Bull.
Happy birthday! Hey everyone!
Happy birthday, Hayden!
Then pull up on your left block. Please exit to your right and down the exit.
With the park now open to the public, I spent the next several hours just walking around and documenting and riding whatever I could.
Failure to do so will result in removal from the ride.
Alright, we're going to do a little bit of evening ERT and got quite a few rides this evening, so we're going to start off with the Little Dipper. There's my golf visor right there from Encinitas Ranch, still sitting there. Haven't picked it up yet.
Have fun!
have a green wristband. You are not able to ride at this time. Thank you.
All right, time for some Batman.
You can see the continual rescue vehicle cars from the complete stop. At that time, release your safety belt and
well, Batman was running really good, so now we're going to do flash vertical velocity. Woohoo!
Clear. Clear for launch. Goodbye, guys.
Okay, vertical velocity is really good still. Yeah, I just love that hang time feeling on those spikes. ERT's almost over, so we're going to get one more ride on Goliath and call it a night.
Prepare for Goliath. First, store all here to do so will result in removal from the ride.
Welcome back, Red Train. How was your ride?
Rain is beginning to fall as we end this evening ERT at Six Flags Great America. Goodbye, American Eagle. Hope to see you again someday. And so we say goodbye to Six Flags Great America. Hopefully it won't be another 16 years before we come back. This park has been an excellent host of CoasterCon 47. So today is day 4 of CoasterCon 47, and today we are going to Marshall, Wisconsin to Little Amerricka Amusement Park. It has rained most of the night, and the weather forecast is calling for still more rain. So hopefully when we're at Little Amerricka, we'll be able to get some rides in and not get too drenched. So we'll just have to wait and see.
Marshall, Wisconsin.
Here we are, folks. Welcome to Little Amerricka. Here's our first ride today, the Mad Mouse. Manufactured by the Alan Herschel Company in 1960, the Mad Mouse is one of only 2 surviving Mad Mouse models built by the Alan Herschel Company. It's unknown where the ride operated in the first few years of its career. However, it was eventually sold to Enchanted Forest in Porter, Indiana, and opened in 1963. The Mad Mouse operated until the park closed on August 2, 1990. On October 19, 1991, the ride was sold to Little Amerricka and reopened in 1993. The Mad Mouse celebrated its 65th anniversary in 2025. Check this out, they got a Rollo plane here. Alright, next we're going to be riding the Meteor. Designed by Herbert Schmeck and built by the Philadelphia Toboggan Company, the Meteor was originally built at Kittytown in Norridge, Illinois, and opened on June 21, 1953 as the Little Dipper. The ride operated until the park closed in 1964. In 1966, the ride was sold to Hillcrest Park and reopened in 1967. The Little Dipper operated until the park closed on September 1, 2003. The ride was sold to Little Amerricka on October 25, 2003 and was relocated and put into storage. After 4 years of sitting in storage, the ride was restored and rebuilt by Darrell Klumpmaker and reopened on August 8, 2007 as the Meteor. The Meteor is an Ace Coaster Classic, the last surviving wooden coaster built in 1953, and one of only 10 surviving Herbert Schmeck designs. Here's something you don't see every day. This ride actually is still manually braked. Now this is how every coaster should be run. Well, since there didn't seem to be any rules prohibiting on-ride photography, I decided to take a POV of this little historic ride. Folks, look at this. It's an original car from the Comet at Lincoln Park. Look at this. So the Comet was built in 1946 and they ran until the park closed in 1987, and there were plans to try to move it here to Little Amerricka, but it was in such bad condition after so many years of abandonment that it just didn't happen. But the coaster stood abandoned for 25 years until it was demolished in 2012. But they got one of the cars here. This is Look at this. Yeah, maybe not the best of shape, but it's a car, and it is a little small Century Flyer car from National Amusement Devices, or NAD. Wow. And look, you even got a model of it here from John Hunt. Were given a chance.
One time I was at and it wasn't operating. And they asked why. Well, come to find out, the people that were running the tower, they said, oh, we're the ones who use the money. Really? You know,
The park is well known for its 16-inch gauge railroad, the Whiskey River Railway. Unfortunately, due to time constraints, I didn't ride the train during this visit.
Alright, we are now going to ride the toboggan. And this is a very rare toboggan coaster from Chance Rides.
Built by Chance Rides, the Swiss toboggan was originally built at Dogpatch, USA in 1969 as Earthquake Magoon's Brain Rattler. This ride is a toboggan model. Earthquake Magoon's Brain Rattler operated until it closed in 1987. The ride was sold to Enchanted Forest in Porter, Indiana, and reopened in 1988 as the toboggan. The toboggan operated until the park closed on August 2, 1990. On October 19, 1991, the ride was sold to Little Amerricka and reopened in 1993 as the Swiss Toboggan. The Swiss Toboggan is the last surviving toboggan model operating in the United States.
Well, they've been trying 7 last night. Yeah. We're trying to get out of parking. That's a safe one.
Here he comes. Whee!
I did it!
You did it! You survived! Rain is beginning to fall, and we are almost ready to get on the toboggan. And this thing closes down really easily in the rain, so it did already and might close down again. Alright, it's still raining. The ride is still closed. So if this rain doesn't lighten up, we may not be able to get to ride this thing and might have to go and ride the Little Dipper instead. So if we don't get to ride this, then that would be a petty disappointment. Well, our ride on the Chance Toboggan is in question still, so we're gonna just quickly go over here and ride the Little Dipper.
Manufactured by the Allen Herschel Company in the 1950s, the Little Dipper is a Little Dipper model. It's unknown where the ride operated early in its career. The Little Dipper eventually was sold to an individual in Missouri who planned to rebuild it on his property, but this didn't happen and the ride deteriorated. Eventually, the ride was sold to Little Amerricka and was restored and opened in 1993.
I'm sorry.
Having no luck with the Swiss toboggan, I decided to go and ride the Meteor again. Because there was no line in the queue due to the heavy rain, the ride operator kept cycling our train. I went around the Meteor about 6 times before eventually I started waving my hands to tell the operator, hey, that's enough, because I was just getting too wet. So if we do return to Little Amerricka, hopefully we'll have much better weather.
Well, we got drenched at Little Amerricka. Wasn't able to get on the toboggan, but we got 3 new credits, so right now we're heading back to the Great Wolf Lodge in Gurnee, Illinois for the banquet.
We will show highlights of the banquet in an upcoming video. It is day 5 of CoasterCon 47, and today we are heading to Indiana Beach on Lake Schaefer in Monticello, Indiana. Fortunately, the weather has taken a turn for the better. As we near Indiana Beach, we pass through the town of Wolcott, which has a reputation for being one of the quietest towns in America.
Whew. I'm so excited to be here because, this park, as you know, was almost lost 5 years ago, but the now legendary Gene Staples, he bought and saved the park, along with Clementon Park and Fantasy Island. And the next 2 days are going to be held here in Indiana Beach, and going to have some good ERT, hopefully. So, to start things off, we're going to do the Midway Olympics.
A main highlight of any CoasterCon is the Midway Olympics, and this Olympics at Indiana Beach did not disappoint.
Cliff and Marty.
Last year, our traditional torch runner, Judge Marty Moltz, was unable to do the torch run due to health reasons and was filled in by Cliff Herring. Today, both Marty Moltz and Cliff Herring will run the Midway Olympic torch.
legendary Marty Moltz is back again along with Cliff from last year. First one!
Oh, so close.
I don't know.
It's me and Liz. Oh, wow.
This park has such a beautiful setting right here on the lake. And the classic vibe that I got from this place, I almost feel like that I'm at the Santa Cruz Boardwalk. That's just the kind of vibe that I'm getting, you know, with the atmosphere and the smells here. I mean, I'm loving this place. The Lost Coaster of Superstition Mountain. Over here you got the Hoosier Hurricane, and over there you got the Cornball Express, both of which were built by CCI. And right there's the Cyclone, a classic Galaxy model. And looking in the structure over there, if you look carefully, you can see the Tiger Coaster, which is a classic Jetstar model built by Schwarzkopf. Should be able to ride that. In the structure over there, you can see the Steel Hawk. Still doing the Midway Olympics down there. Having a good time. Just over there, the blue and red track, that's the All-American Triple Loop, which was originally dryer looping on the German Fair circuit and went to so many parks. It's closed right now, and I don't know if it's going to be open for us at all. It looks like they're working on it, so we'll see. All right, we're going to go on the Hoosier Hurricane.
Oh, yes, I got a weapon. Don't touch me, I got a weapon.
Well, apparently they're doing something with the Hoosier Hurricane. It's closed down. So instead we're going to go and ride Cornball Express. Built by Custom Coasters International and opened on May 18th, 2001, the Cornball Express wraps around the Tiger and shares the Hoosier Hurricane's support structure. Well, they got Hoosier Hurricane running again, so let's take a ride.
Designed by Dennis McNulty and Larry Bill and built by Custom Coasters International and opened on May 27, 1994, the Hoosier Hurricane is the first wooden coaster built in Indiana in over 60 years.
Alright, and we're going to take a ride on the Tiger now.
Designed by Werner Stengel and built by Anton Schwarzkopf, the Tiger was originally built at Holiday Beach and opened with the park in 1976. This ride is a Jetstar model. The Jetstar operated until it closed in 1983. The ride was sold to Indiana Beach and reopened in 1984 as the Tiger Coaster. In 2024, the ride's name was shortened to simply the Tiger. The Tiger is one of only 4 surviving Jetstar models and the last surviving Jetstar model in North America.
Okay, now we're going to ride probably the most unusual wooden coaster in the world, the Lost Coaster of Superstition Mountain.
Built by Custom Coasters International, the Lost Coaster of Superstition Mountain was originally built as a powered dark ride in 1978 and was known simply as Superstition Mountain. The ride closed in 2001 and was transformed into a wooden roller coaster by CCI. The ride received new trains built by CCI designed to resemble mine carts, which riders can face forward or backward. The ride was renamed the Lost Coaster of Superstition Mountain and opened on June 6, 2002.
The only wood coaster in the world with an elevator lift. This is a ride to behold.
The All-American Triple Loop is waiting for a booster wheel replacement for the lift hill, so the chances of us riding it are unlikely. As the sun began to set, we took a ride on the Steel Hog. Designed by Alan Shilk and built by S&S Worldwide in 2008, the Steel Hog is the first El Loco model built by S&S. This ride features a beyond vertical first drop at 111 degrees, which was the steepest in the world at the time, and also features a dive loop with insane hang time and an inline twist.
Alright, we're going to be doing some evening ERT. It's going to be on Cornball Express and the Tiger Coaster, it looks like. And doesn't look like they're going to get the Cyclone open for us, it appears. So we're going to ride 2 coasters this evening along with Superstition Mountain.
Cornball, 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 cornball.
We're trying to take STC. This is an
Although I did get one night, was it Wednesday night we had July? So I did get that. Yeah, so then you can stay.
One more time? Well, why not? Let's see how fast the Cornball crew can check and dispatch the train. Ready, set,
One more! One more time! One more time! One more We did it! We did it!
It is just amazing how the crew was able to check and dispatch the train in just 18.6 seconds. This was without a doubt one of the most fun ERT sessions I've ever had.
Today is the final day of CoasterCon 47 and the last day here at Indiana Beach in Monticello, Indiana. So it's a beautiful morning out here and we're going to be doing some ERT this morning on the Hoosier Hurricane, the Tiger Coaster, and later on some ERT on the Cornball Express and Steel Hawk. So I'm very doubtful we're going to get on the Triple Loop coaster. You look through there, they're actually working on the lift right in this second. Charlie's getting in the way here. So like maybe there could be hope for triple loop, but I'm not gonna count my chickens. So let's head into the park and let's do some ERT.
I want to get stuck there and do that one.
They are working on the triple loop right now, but will it be ready for us? I am not sure. We're hoping though. They're doing something. Maybe we'll get lucky, I don't know.
As I headed back into the park, the ride's booster wheel replacement was being hoisted up to the lift hill. After the conclusion of morning ERT and walking around the park a little, we went to the buffet at the Red Pavilion, where the winners of the Midway Olympics would be announced.
We've had a great day here. Everybody got lots of rides in? What's the overall favorite?
Cornball!
Cornball. I hear a lot of cornball. And so we really appreciate you letting us make special memories and have a great time here at the park. It's been an incredible visit. And so we have a small gift to thank you so that you can remember us as for all the memories that you have given us to take home. So we have a photo taken by one of our members, Corey Matthew, to share with you, along with the acknowledgement that is from CoasterCon 47.
It's going to be in the Midway Plaza between Falling Star and Music Express. That way we can have Hoosier Hurricane and Cornwall Express in the background. So 3 p.m. Midway Plaza near Falling Star. We will see you there, and then we'll see you here tonight. So next, I'm sure you all are wondering who won the Midway Olympics. So I'm going to hand it out to the regional rep, Bob Redmond for East Midwest, and he will have more information for you.
Thanks, Stan. And before I get started, I'd like to have a few thank yous. I'd like to thank Dan Jones first and the events committee. I'd like to thank all the volunteers who helped with the registration and for the games itself. Give yourself a hand. And for the gold medal, we have another tie. With 2,100 points, the first team. Credit hoarders, Lucas Gandy, Hunter Bennett, Sam Rashley, Matt Rashley, and Rudy Gandy. Final team with 2,100 points. The Screaming Eagles, Carrie Merciel, Jack Merciel, Scott Merciel, Ryan McDonald, and Will Bray.
After the buffet, I decided to stroll around the park a little bit more and take some more footage.
afraid. We're only experiments.
Well, the cyclone appears to still be closed, so it doesn't look like we're going to be able to get this credit today.
Manufactured by SDC in the 1970s, the Cyclone replaced the former Galaxy. This ride is a Zyklon Galaxy model. It's unclear where the Cyclone operated early in its career. The ride was eventually sold to Garcia Attractions and traveled to various fairs in Mexico. In 2021, the Cyclone was sold to Indiana Beach and reopened on April 30th, 2022.
Well, this Galaxy model appears to be in good shape. Just not down, it's just down. Maybe missing part or maybe staffing, not sure, but we'll get this credit sometime. Here's the riverboat that takes people out on the lake, but unfortunately that doesn't look like it's running today. Got jet skis. Doing donuts. Old-fashioned turnstile.
As I was walking to get more pictures of the Steel Hog, I noticed that the All-American Triple Loop was making a test run.
It completed one circuit. Triple Loop is testing.
No, I completed 2 full circuits. 1.
There's no guarantee that the ride will open for us, but now that it's making test runs, there is some hope. So we all gathered around at the ride's blocked off entrance and waited.
Hi guys! Did you guys all come to see me?
Yes! You're cute!
Thank you!
Guys checking the motor up there, make sure it's working.
As employees passed through the entrance, we hoped that they would give us an update.
I don't know yet.
Then finally, we got the answer that we had waited for.
The bathroom, wash my hands, when I get back, we'll be good. All right.
The All-American Triple Loop would open exclusively just for us.
Yeah, much better. They should be out there and ready for me.
Designed by Werner Stengel and built by Anton Schwarzkopf, the All-American Triple Loop was originally built for the German fair circuit and opened in June 1984 as the Dreyer Looping. This is the world's first coaster to feature 3 vertical loops. The Dreyer Looping was owned and operated by showman Rudolf Barth. It operated on the German fair circuit until 1996 and was sold to Sunway Lagoon and reopened in 1997 as the Triple Loop coaster. At the time, it was Malaysia's tallest, fastest, and longest coaster with a height of 111 feet, a top speed of 53 miles per hour, and a track length of 3,444 feet. The Triple Loop coaster operated until it closed in 1999 and was sold to Flamingo Land and reopened in 2000 as Magnum Force. Magnum Force operated until it closed in 2005 and was sold to La Feria de Chapultepec and reopened in 2007 as the Montana Infinitum. In 2014, the ride was renamed the Montana Triple Loop, and then in 2017, the ride was renamed Chimera. Chimera operated until it suffered a fatal accident on September 28, 2019. And the park closed as a result. In 2020, Chimera was sold to Indiana Beach, and after years of delays, it reopened on May 11th, 2024 as the All-American Triple Loop. Currently, the ride uses trains from the former Mindbender at Galaxyland. This was one of the most intense and aggressive rides I've ever experienced, especially the first drop in particular, as it was so violent it threw me to the side almost into the lap of my riding partner. Watch this clip in slow motion and you'll see. Well, I guess aggressive transitions like that give this ride its character, just as it did for rides over 100 years ago.
If you look here in the park storage area, you can see a Schwarzkopf shuttle loop, which was formerly the laser loop at Kennywood and Cascabel 2.0 at La Feria Deep Chapultepec. Hopefully it will reopen in a few years.
As the evening wore on, I began to feel flu-like symptoms, so I got a face mask and I went around the park to get the footage that I wanted to. The final ERT of CoasterCon started after sunset. As I waited in line to ride the Cornball Express one more time, I thought of how much fun this convention was and all the memories that we had created. After taking one more ride on the Cornball Express, I took an Uber to Fort Wayne, Indiana. From there, I would fly back home to California. For the Historic Coaster Foundation, as a proud member of the American Coaster Enthusiasts, I'm Matt Glumack. Thank you for watching.